Hello, guys. My name is Glenn, and today we're starting a new segment called Living Proof, where we discuss real life stories of people who've gone on sobriety journeys so that we can connect and relate and normalize the beautiful life of being alcohol free. And today I'm joined by yours truly, the investor himself, host of Boardroom Banter, with mega experience in this podcast, the podcast face. So perfect way to start this off.
Absolutely.
And faith-based man.
Yeah.
We're in fellowship as well together.
Yes, we are.
And yeah, happy to have you here. And
thanks for having me, Glenn.
yeah.
First of all, huge fan of the work that you guys are doing at Zero Sips. It's a niche that, those of us who've put alcohol aside, we really figure, our options are limited out there.
Right.
So I think you've done us all a solid. Amen. So I feel thin.
And love that. So let's take it back then. Let's take it back. So what was your alcohol journey like growing up?
Interesting. I think if I do say so myself, I think I've had a healthy-ish relationship with alcohol. Healthy from a standpoint of, I think I grew up seeing healthy examples of, responsible alcohol use. So my parents would drink here and there, but it was never excessive or anything. So I didn't see that side of things up close. But of course, you have some relatives here and there where every other time there's a crazy story, So I was able to safely observe and make my own judgments as a young adult going into it. But I will say that, 18 clocked and I realized I have free will and I probably overdid it. Not probably, I overdid it.
At least it was after 18.
That's what I done. I started at the right time. But I felt like I was trying to catch up or something.
Because it was now you're legal age.
Yeah.
Now you can.
I was legal. I was also studying abroad. So I left the country pretty young. I was
where were you studying?
16. I went to South Africa.
Okay.
So I did my A-levels there.
Oh wow.
Pretty strict school though. So I didn't do too much crazy stuff. But then afterwards I took a gap year. Then later on uni was abroad as well. So you're far from home.
Right.
And that's when you're like, actually, I have free will. So definitely I'd say I overdid it. And about 4 years ago, I decided, look, this is too much.
Right.
I decided this is too much.
Right.
And I said, you know what? Let me take a step back.
How many years ago?
4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Same.
2022.
Shout out to us. Shout out to us. Yeah. 4 years strong. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? I think I've known you sober. I didn't know you.
Yeah.
Personally in your times before that.
Yeah. Let's keep it that way.
I like this version of you. I like it.
This is a good version. It's the best version. It's the best version. So for me, I started at 16. I think I moved schools. I was for some reason growing up, I was very holy Joe, very, I'm not drinking, I'm not whatever. And then, peer pressure gets you at some point. And it got me, and that started now 10 years of drinking on and off consistently.
So I like that. On and off consistently.
On and off consistently, yeah. It's a good month break you've taken.
At least there was an attempt to switch it off. They tried.
Small breaks, they don't all breaks, but it always gets you,
It does.
So, and up until 2021, so I did a 7-month sobriety from January till July.
Yes.
And then my birthday was in August.
Oh,
and
Makosa.
I don't even know what's that rationale. Remember your birthday, then it's time to level. I don't get it, but
Culture.
Yeah, I guess because I'd only done the 6 months, I'd not matured enough to realize what's happening. So I threw this party and straight back into it and drinking and all that. And it was worse. It was 10 times worse than how my experience was before that. And that was really confusing.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was really confusing. I was like, wait, you're moving mad, like west, you know? You're like, and I'm like, okay, this is a bit weird. And it was like a bender from like August
Yeah.
to a 3-month bender. You know, you have 3 months benders. It's a bit crazy.
I feel you. You know, I feel you.
And I think I had just moved out. Actually, I moved out, I think, September, October.
Yes.
And I'm like, hey, I'm my own yard.
Yeah.
Guys, pull up, pre-game, post-game. Post-game. All of it. The game itself. Yeah. That was in Westlands.
Yeah.
So
Central.
guys
So
knew,
this is Central.
if you're somewhere around here and you're after, we're pulling out.
Yeah.
So I had that bender for like 3 months.
Oh boy.
Met my wife who I don't know, what do you call that then? A girlfriend?
She's your girlfriend.
I met
wife now.
a lady that I quickly realized this is my wife around the same time. So she met me now in that mode, in that crazy mode.
Yeah.
And, you know, she liked me, but she's also like, this is confusing, you know?
Yeah.
So it was that whole bender, good 3 months. And I think went full circle and it was like, okay, you know, you can have symptoms to a problem but you think the symptom is the problem, you know?
Yes.
So that was kind of like the realization for me, I think. I was like, okay, all of this is a domino effect from drinking alcohol specifically. So if I cut this out, it should take care of everything else. Yeah.
You're right.
And that's how it worked. Yeah. So
it's very similar for me because I remember when I was having my last beer, it was also after a summer-long bender. And, you know, I had traveled that summer for work for a bit. Meaning you meet long-lost friends, you what. It was just crazy. And that was on the tail end of COVID, right? That was like COVID has more or less wrapped up. It's like 2022, there's freedom now. Not that in COVID we weren't free, we were very free.
Just at home, online, house party.
You know, house parties was such a thing. And it's funny, I was looking outside the window here and I've seen a house that we had rented out once. And
so B&B now.
yeah, I was like, man, it's so crazy, like full circle. We're having this conversation. And then you like to talk about, I remember that Airbnb, you know.
That's so great.
Yeah, so I mean, like I did a bender that, and for anyone who's curious, like a bender is like, you're drinking almost day and night, you know, substances, whatever. You're just not 100%, 90% of the time, right? It's like very back to back. And I remember the first conviction that I got to stop, even before 2022, it was somewhere in like 2021. Worst hangover of my life. I was still in uni. And I just remember I woke up, I was vomiting. I was like, oh my gosh, this has to be the last time. And, you know, I'm a man of faith. And that was a time where I was also really searching God. I felt like my life was collapsing. I was actually pretty depressed. Like, if we were to put labels to things.
Yeah, alcohol can be depressing. Like the hangovers are really depressing.
Exactly. And in general in life, I was depressed. Like I was going through a really tough time. I was running a business at the time. It went all the way upside down. You know, that was my identity. That was
I see. Yeah.
You know, so I was like,
you feel a little bit about this, yeah.
Yeah, in the midst of things that I thought defined me, going up in smoke. There's these substances that have been keeping me company all these years. Why not rely on those to uplift my mood or just like distract me? I just needed a distraction. And so I remember I was having that like really bad hangover. And I woke up that morning and, you know, I just felt the voice of God in my heart, like telling me like, are you done? You know, that was just the feeling in my spirit. And I just heard this phrase like,
yeah,
are you done? And it was more like, are you done? ?
Wow.
Like almost, are you done ? Because I have something better for you.
Wow.
You know, like
that's beautiful because that's also God's grace.
Yeah.
It's showing you.
Do your thing, bro.
Yeah, like
go off.
Yeah.
Are you done now?
I'm still here. Like
there's something else I want to show you.
Yeah.
And so that was the first time I tried to do like a couple of months dry. And so I stopped drinking for like a few weeks, went back into it, you know, my environment was off. So I think when I graduated uni, came back home, now I was really trying to lock into career, life, etc. And I think fundamentally one thing that break taught me was that I have an appetite to stop. So, I learned that that conviction for you to stop and you doing those small, 3 weeks, so 1 month, that's a sign.
Right.
So I think it took me a year to take that sign seriously. And so 2022, I'd gone on a family holiday. I sat on the balcony and, I drank my last beer. I was like, cheers.
Did you know it would be the last one?
Yeah, no, I felt it in my heart.
Wow, I had the exact same experience.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
It's like, this is my last beer and I can do it.
That's so wild.
Cheers to that.
Exact same scenario.
Really?
I had 2 shots, I had a tequila.
Yeah.
With my wife, and I was like, okay, we're about to board this flight. This is my last tequila shot.
Really?
And here we bought it. Cheers. That was the last tequila shot. I didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
But that shows, I think, the spirit. Like it's like your spirit knew.
Yes.
It's like,
yes.
Prophetic. It's like he knew.
It was very prophetic. And, I was starting a new season of life. And man, I just felt very strongly, not even felt, I knew that this next phase requires me to cut off what's been holding me back. And that was, alcohol. And I found that alcohol was a gateway to, smoking, etc.
100%.
Even just like relational issues.
Yeah, 100%.
Like friction with your parents.
Yeah.
Friction with your significant other, friends.
Like, yeah.
So I can count how many times there was just unnecessary conflict just because of that. And I can also tangibly measure how much better my life has become and these relationships have been and how much more peaceful my life is post drinking. So it's very day and night, but I'd say knowing myself is what helped me stop. And also having a bigger picture at the end there where I was like, you know what, there's something I'm working towards here. But that leap of faith, it's crazy also.
Yeah, your last crazy, that's so crazy.
And once you've done your last one, it's like,
yeah, and I didn't know it would be like, it was by faith.
Yeah.
But sure enough, and I think whatever it is you go through before that of like, having alcohol experiences and thinking to yourself like, that's not me, something happens, you have a blackout, you said something rude to somebody, and the next morning you're like, who is that person? Like that's not me.
It's crazy. I had the time still in uni, just before the weekend where I took my first break. I remember I was being told about that weekend. Like I did like a Thursday to Monday bender. There was a lot of freedom. And so I remember my friends were now telling me how I got so emotional this one time. And they're like, dude, do you remember venting to me and crying? I was like, crying? Me the stoic, Sean the stoic.
Right.
How did I cry?
Yeah.
Me, my adult life.
Minus an aura. Minus.
Yeah. I was like, what do you mean I was crying? And he's like, dude, like you just hugged me and this is another guy, it's not like this was some babe I was confiding in.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you just hugged me and like, you just broke down.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. Because in the morning he was like, dude, are you okay?
Right. You're like,
I thought she meant like, oh, do I have a hangover? She was like, dude, are you good? Yeah, so that was also a sign of dude, you're actually dealing with a lot right now.
Right.
And alcohol is numbing you and suppressing.
Right.
But also it's just such an unhealthy bottle cap.
100%.
That crying thing, I was like, damn, minus negative 1,000
or even your version like, I need to go into hiding for 1 week. Utapatikana.
Like, Now I started to think, who else saw?
Right. Yeah, exactly. I know that you're like,
As I have no recollection of it. What else did I say?
right, right.
Yeah, so that wasn't cool. And that was the genesis of me realizing I need to change.
So this segment is sponsored by Zero Sips, a non-alcoholic bottle shop. And today we are having Corona Zero and sampling that with my guy Sean here. Have you had one of these yet?
You know, I've only had it once and just a few sips. So I'm a Heineken Zero diehard.
Okay.
So I'm definitely keen to taste this and see.
Okay. Cheers to that, bro. Let's do it. Cheers to 1 year of Zero Sips
Yep.
and 4 years of alcohol-free sobriety for us.
Let's go
Cheers. Cheers, brother.
to that.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, action.
Okay, so this segment is sponsored by Zero Sips. Very nice. That's a beer. That's a non-alcoholic beer. That's a non-alcoholic beer.
I may leave you with a couple of these, man. It's actually quite nice.
Shop is right here, actually, next to the studio. So we'll pop in. We'll pop in. So yeah, I think we can pick up off that and talk a little bit more about the alternatives. And when you went sober, how is it when you went out? You know, the club. We're so used to holding something in our hand, and it's like now you're not drinking. You're like, hey, am I going to hold get a Fanta, get a Sprite? Then guys start coming for you. Yeah, oh, you're not drinking? Oh, tell me your whole life story. Yeah.
Hey, dude, that's such a thing. And usually it's framed as a question, right? So it's never, you're not drinking. What else can I get you?
Right.
So like, you're not drinking. I don't know if it's always from a sense of someone is trying to like gauge. So they're trying to figure out, are you ultra religious? Pastor's kid,
Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah.
Is this a health thing? So someone is trying to be like, okay, maybe they're so locked in with their like high rock streaming or like they're trying to be a triathlon. That's why you're not drinking.
Right.
Or, you have problems with alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, you couldn't hack. You can't hack. You can't hack.
Pulling back because you overdid it for sure and scare you.
Yeah.
So guys are always trying to gauge and see like where to classify you in the sobriety spectrum. And I think one thing that I had to learn is that it's genuinely a spectrum, and that's okay. So this sobriety doesn't look the same for everyone. Also, people's reasons don't look the same.
Right.
So I instantly just had to own it, and I was like, you know what, stop drinking.
Yeah.
And I think for me, because there was a mix there of faith plus personal results, I genuinely had to create environments where I wasn't being put in situations where drinking was a thing, right? So I also stopped clubbing, going out.
Right.
I think I just personally needed a 180-degree lifestyle change.
Right.
So that's how that worked. And what helped me was transitional drinks, right? I used to
Placebo.
Yeah, I used to appear with almost every meal. That was a thing for me. I'm such a foodie. Like I like to eat good food.
Yes.
Pairing that with a nice drink.
Yeah. Like people with wine. No, like
The first thing that I struggled to replace. I was like, dude, this burger just.
you're gonna just miss out. You're just gonna have a burger. You're just gonna have steak and a fancy dinner. Like,
Yeah, I think it's like taking zero out.
yeah.
In fact, anyone who knows me well knows like order for sure now Heineken Zero.
And you're good to it.
Else I'm not doing something.
Yeah.
Get me on booze. That's been my go-to.
Yeah.
But it replaced that.
Yeah, you've been a customer of ours actually. So yeah.
It was a taste thing for me where I liked that like nutty,
Right.
barley-ish
Yes, the malt. Is it the malt? Oh man, I know what you mean.
like
I know what you mean.
taste of
Yeah. I didn't even like Heineken until I had Heineken Zero. I was like, oh, this is incredible. Yeah.
So that really helped me, and I think it's so important that these drinks exist because sometimes you actually like the taste of the thing.
Right. You're acquainted to it for years. I mean, you've been drinking. I mean, it was years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it was super important that I found something that would bridge that behavioral
Yes.
gap.
Yes.
And you see that with people who like, I remember back in the day when vapes and like e-cigs came out, it was a thing of replacing the need to like smoke in pubs.
The habit of habit of it.
That habit of smoking, a safer alternative. Depends. The jury's still out on that.
Yeah.
For me, it was higher for zero. Transition.
Yeah. No, similar for me. I think with Heineken Zero is the first one. I mean, they're the biggest, non-alcoholic beer in the world, and the placebo effect is really strong, right? Like, I mean, I think I gave my parents don't drink, but I think I gave my dad like a Heineken Zero to taste, and he was like, "Are you sure? This makes me really uncomfortable." And it's like, "You're sure it doesn't have alcohol? Are you sure, Shab? I can't." And for him, he's not like used to the taste of beer and all of that, and he associates beer with alcohol. And for us, the beauty with now like going sober and socializing, because those are all the things people worry about. When you go sober, are you gonna have fun? At a we talk about weddings. You're like, weddings are usually mad lit. Like, are you not gonna drink at the wedding? Like, oh, your birthday. You're not gonna drink at your birthday, or you're gonna go on holiday and you're not gonna get. You know what I'm saying? You think about all those things, and it's like, oh man, those are all the things you desire. Like,
it's true, and it's a lifestyle thing with them. I think things like celebration in tied so close to alcohol.
Yes. Now there you go. Yeah. Talk to him, Sean. Talk to him. Talk to the. Yeah.
Shut the bag.
Yeah.
Close that deal.
Yeah.
That popping a bottle,
Champagne.
being shots.
Yeah.
If you, formative years, which is also when you start drinking, like 18, etc. If you learned then that a good time, a celebration, giving someone their flowers, like reminiscing on one day is done around alcohol.
Right.
It's going to be really hard to divorce yourself from that idea.
Right.
So,
and it takes some time as well.
that's often the struggle of sobriety.
Right.
So now how do I celebrate?
Right.
I just found that being steadfast in my not drinking was enough to convince those around me that, hey, look, maybe this guy is just in his own lane, and let's respect that.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So I came to learn that, like,
Right.
people are curious at last. Some might judge, but at the end of the day, people will respect your decision. The same way, if you were to drink, people will respect that.
Yeah.
It's a beer right now,
Right.
Not doing it should be normalized.
Right. Yep. And finding other ways to celebrate things, and
You still celebrate stuff.
oh yeah. I think when it comes to like the toasting to things and whatnot, I mean, my first thought, even when this whole thing came about from my wife actually going sober herself, and she was like, I'm not finding interesting drinks to drink that taste like wine and all these kind of things, and and I think you have to go through those different scenarios, like going on a holiday, first time going on holiday sober, what's that like? It's like first time going to a wedding sober, what's that like? And tell us, because there are ways for it to be done that are very specific to every person, depending on now, like your circle, your friendships. Your friendships can support that sobriety in that space, or it can make it harder. So what's that been like for you now? Like the first few times you did like going to a wedding or went to.
Right. So I'll first preface this person. I did lose a lot of friends
Okay.
when super.
Okay.
A big reality that I realized was, first of all, a lot of my buddies were just drinking buddies, not actually like we had a deep, meaningful connection.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you find that, hey, I'm not calling so and so as much as I used to. Not hanging these and these and these.
And they're not calling you also because you're like,
They're not calling.
you're not gonna have the booty with them.
Now they're like, this guy. And part of that is also them feeling like, hey, maybe this guy is not just being self-righteous. Like, this guy, he's not the tissues we gonna.
And then put that together with being confident or self-assured, like you are, it's even worse. Because sasa you're just kiang mbaya. You
Like, this guy is just.
you just think you're better than us, huh?
He's a dude.
You just think you're better than us, huh? Now you're doing business and all these things, and now you're here at your sobriety.
Defense.
Yeah.
Which is a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Because it made me filter through who's really with me because of me. Like who's in my corner because of who Sean is.
Right.
Not because Sean is giving form every
Right.
not because Sean is the guy who will
Do
Jack Daniel.
yeah. Do vices with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's something deep about bonding around vices. I listened to an interesting TikTok, and he was saying that human beings bond around, he called it iniquity.
Hey, when you see iniquity in the Bible, it's like it's shouting at you. It's like
Iniquity in this case, meaning just slightly bad stuff.
it's such a strong word as
Yeah, it's some word, but he was saying that, these humans and our societies are actually built and like these levels of trust based on like the levels of iniquity you engage with. Because there's something about, I did a bad thing with someone else.
Yeah.
We'll all keep quiet about this bad
Right.
or do it together.
yeah,
That creates a psychological bond
definitely,
with humans.
100%.
And that's why, like, look at things the flip side.
100%. Yeah.
The deepest, darkest secret societies bond and initiate using like the craziest ritual, right? It's like you're doing like child sacrifices, really,
Yeah.
king blood,
Yeah.
eat people, eat your. That's like the height of iniquity, but the old spiral, that's the height of like
Wicked.
like, that's for the Lord.
Right.
Here.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I watched that on
Yeah.
man, some of my friends where we might be so close just because of the crazy antics we gone out to. It's like, yeah, I remember that time we drank and,
Yeah.
went and swimming the ocean.
Yeah.
So this time we does this or did that or
Yeah.
someone fought with who. There's bonding there that very few people talk about, and it's very dangerous because it's powerful. Think of some of your closest buddies.
It's a euphoric bonding when you think about it. Like you're not just talking, you get hits of dopamine or whatever whatever's released and you have good conversation. Now you put that together with an alcohol, which is giving you all these hits. You're like,
You're feeling good. You're,
even like in a dream world, you're just, yeah.
and you bond with people around that. So I had to step back and realize that, wow, some of these friends, it's just because we bonded doing bad stuff.
Yeah.
It's not actually that.
And when you stop, it's like you can't connect the same way. Yeah.
Because also remember, bonding around iniquity means that when you let go of that bad thing, people feel insecure about their connection to you because you can no longer bond around that thing. So I found many of my relationships got shaky. We just fell out. I'm no longer coming over to your place to drink and smoke. So it's like, yeah. Now my friends now are like locked in friends, They appreciate me, they love me. We bond as humans, and not around substance.
Right. You're there for each other.
But even, and I'm curious to hear what your experience has been, because one thing I also had to do was learn how to communicate my sobriety. So I don't know what you tell people. What do you
Like the people, like friends or what? Oh,
friends, and like you're out somewhere and someone's like, oh, can I buy you a drink? Say, oh, I'm Dick Sparkling Water, and they're like, you're not drinking.
right.
How do you communicate that you don't drink?
Right.
Have you over the years figured out like these ways to say it,
Right.
let people down easy?
Right. I think it took a while to go from like even the words, saying the words like I don't drink.
Yeah.
That was like an identity shift, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like it was so far removed from like who I was for a while, you know. So like it was almost I had to practice like saying I don't drink. I don't drink. You know what I mean? Because it was like it didn't even feel like me yet. You know, yes, I wasn't drinking, but I didn't feel one with it for the first few months, which I'm sure it is. You know, the first 6 months or so is not easy. The cravings, the whatever.
I remember your past,
Yeah,
which was many years of building that.
Right, exactly. So the friends that were close to me, I mean, obviously they got the worst of it, you know, especially my close ones. But by God's grace, they were for me. You know what I mean? Like there's it's the way we're saying like how you can lose friends and all of that. There's this analogy about like friends can be assigned to you. It can be assigned, addicted, or attracted, right? Addicted or attracted. So addicted is like they're obsessed with you because whatever they're obsessed with, you're also obsessed with, right? So the moment you switch, that addiction turns to the opposite, and now it's like a hate thing and all of that. And then attraction is like you have similar interests and you're attracted to each other because you have similar whatever vices, like you're saying. But if you made a change on one of those levels, they would pull away, but not in a way that's like hateful or spiteful. It would just be like, you know, you're not doing this thing, me, I'm over here, but we're Gucci, we're chill. And then now the assigned are those ones that are like, even when you're in that mix, they're like, I'm for this guy, I'm for him. And so even after they were there of like, I'm with me, I'm rooting for you. You're sober now. Someone who's pour me a drink, they'd grab it.
Like, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, they would literally grab it from someone. Like for the first year, especially, like I felt very protected. And shout out to the homies. They know themselves. So I felt very protected. Like when I was in those spaces, but for the first few months, I didn't go to the spaces, you know, and you know, those are things we should talk about more of, like that first year of sobriety. That's the what was
Tough one. Yeah.
Whatever that's like, that switch, the how do you deal with cravings? How long does it take even for it to really become one with you and sit with you? Because for me, I think I said, okay, I don't even know how long. I wasn't planning. You know, you don't know this thing. Even as I say, when I had that shot, I was like, maybe I'll do 30 days or something. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, okay, fine, let me do 3 months. But I will say, what pushed me was the bad experiences.
Yeah.
That's what drove the whole first year.
Yeah.
The whole first year was like that feeling of like, and I think, and you're sober, you think, and you're like, nah, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, So it drove the whole first year. Like, by the time I was healing from that, it took a whole year plus, you know? And that time, of course, you try taking YouTube content, and you know, you find channels on YouTube. There's this one I found called "Alcohol Lied to Me." I was like, oh, that's an interesting phrase. Let me watch that. And it was this British guy, and I read a book called "Alcohol Explained" by William Porter. That's the one I always recommend. Now it's top, man. It's like he's not telling you to stop. You know what I mean? You know, like most people want to push ideas to you, like, oh, look, the alcohol is so bad. This is why you should stop, blah, blah, blah. But he describes it in a way where it's like, I just want you to understand this thing on a scientific level, then make your decision, right? So it's like, this is how it works. We take the same mindset when it comes to coffee, right? Most of us understand coffee is like, if I have 100 mg, it'll probably take you for this long, and etc. And it has a wind down and a crash, and you know, it's like, okay, I understand it. With booze, people don't really understand how it works. Like, they don't really get it. They don't even, and they don't get like, so there's something you're saying in the book where, because of the way alcohol is taken in, your mind doesn't process that. So people drink to like stop anxiety, right? Or to be less anxious or more confident. That's the thinking. I think even, you know, me growing up, that was part of the thinking. Like, you're like, oh yeah, I have this shots, be more confident.
Liquid courage.
Yeah, liquid courage. Now I'm time a spit game. Now, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know. But he's explaining that because of the process of how it's processed, and you get the hit of the dopamine, you're getting a hit to remove. So the first hit you get, and it's like, okay, cool. Yeah. And then you have a little calm down. Then you have a follow-up drink. So you're having the follow-up drink to like stop the anxiety that you're feeling, because maybe you're not that whatever, but that anxiety was caused from this calm down.
Oh,
the first shot.
You just perpetually taking yourself on a up and down.
Exactly. But your mind, you don't know that on a conscious level.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's like, before you have the first one, yes, there's an anxiety or there's an anxiousness. And that's why even for us, we had to, like, when we went into those spaces, you do it, then you realize you push through it, and then the confidence comes out at some point, and you're like, oh, I'm actually very calm in this space, you know? But now when you have alcohol at the back of your mind as something you can come back to, it's like, oh, okay, if I feel anxious, I'll just take this thing. So here's the thing, your mind doesn't know that when you take another one, and now you whatever, and you get the hit, that you're the one causing that anxiety through the drinking. So you continue drinking until you lever. And then when you lever, it becomes like, maybe the first time it's like that, right? It's like that. Then now, as you keep drinking, those little breaks becomes shorter. So you feel more constant of that high and that feel good feeling. So it comes to a point where it now plateaus, and now that's the point, like, you're super lit, and now even going to blackout, right? Where now even your consciousness has taken up. It's parked somewhere under here, and then after that, now that calm down, because it comes now in the morning through the hangover, and then it's a straight dip down, and then all of those feelings, bad feelings, come down, and all of that. So I'm reading this book. I'm like, what? What do you mean? That's how this thing works. And he was explaining it like on a scientific level. Yeah. Your mind cannot make that connection. It cannot make the connection that you're actually causing that cycle through continuing to drink, which is scary, because it's like, I say it's scary because of the moderation approach to it. And the moderation approach, I feel it's a risky thing, right? I feel
so moderating. Yeah, like, oh, I'll stop hard liquor, only do wine and beer.
Yes.
Or I'll only drink when I'm in a social setting.
Yes, and only have wine.
So I'll only have one beer. Moderation. So you're not a believer in moderation per se.
I think the reason I don't believe it's especially for people who've been sober for a while, is because of once you understand it on like a scientific level, and how like the thinking usually is like, I can do 5 years sober and then I get back to it and I'll have more control of it.
Yes.
But that's a myth. Like, yeah, 100%. It's a myth. Like, I think your body will respond to it however it'll respond to it. But I think there's some analogy about like parking a car. Like, you're driving down this road and that's the road you're going, and you park the car and you get out the car and you're like, now I'm walking, I'm going this way, and now you're like, okay, you want to get back into this car, right? And you think you're entering it like, now I'll have more control over this thing and blah blah blah, but you'll actually pick up exactly where you left it. Like, wherever you reached, if it was here, like you had maxed out the whatever, you will pick up right there.
Oh my God.
That's actually how it works. It doesn't, you don't pick up when you started the journey, like day one and all that. It actually picks up right there. Because also your subconscious is, I mean, God designed our subconscious is like to be so powerful.
And if you think of like, you have those neural pathways. They're still in your brain somewhere there.
Yep.
Right? And maybe they're laying dormant, and they just need you to feel that feeling one more time.
Yep. And you're
back down.
and you're back on it. Yeah. I mean, I've had a drink like by mistake.
Yeah.
At some point in these 4 years, when you go to a restaurant,
No, it happened.
it happens. Like, I don't even like.
Lots my sister to me like regular Heineken. Yeah. So then I taste it. I'm like,
Yeah.
there's something wrong here.
Exactly. Even Heineken, I'm like, oh, Heineken Zero. And they give you Heineken. Then by the time you popped it, you're like, I'm like, taste. Like, funny enough, I think I like Heineken Zero better than even whatever that tasted. Like, I didn't get it. Yeah, right, you've tried it. It's like, okay, I don't get this, but this is nice. And I think there's a time also I had I ordered a mocktail, and usually I have to really like double check, like, mocktail.
Yeah.
It's a mocktail. You know what I'm saying?
They can't imagine a girl that looks like you.
And everyone else at the table is on